Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Phillip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Welcome to City Alpha 3, the Nerd Party Star Trek dedicated podcast. I'm Phillip Gilfus, joined as always with my two co-hosts, Darren Moser and Daniel Prue. Gentlemen, how are you doing on this wonderful Star Trek evening?
Well, I'll go first so Daniel can have a moment to pull up his watch-through chart and let us know which episode he's gotten to, because he's obviously on track, not slipping by a week. It's been a week. Daniel, where are we?
Okay.
This sounds like...
It's not a good start,
we skipped to N. We did not pass go or collect 200. We skipped to N as in NA.
Not applicable.
Not applicable because I did actually... I just got home about an hour and a half ago. I went home for a wedding, so didn't have a lot of time to watch much of anything this week.
So you were cordially invited.
I was cordially invited to a wedding back home in New York, and had a great time.
Now, did you have a song that you sang dedicated to the lucky couple and their conjugation?
I did not, but they would have loved it had I done that. But no, I just went and... got all dressed up and had a good time.
Did you attack the groom with blunt objects or something?
Well, I wasn't a part of the wedding party, so I couldn't do that. Okay. Although I did it anyways and got in trouble. So
okay. All right, well, that makes sense. What about you, Darren? Any Star Trek-related shenanigans? Or is it all Star Wars tales that you try to smash in here like we're a Star Wars podcast?
No. It was a pretty normal week. It's funny. Weeks go by actually pretty fast. Like, it feels like, were we just recording?
Weeks could be hours. Hours could be...
But actually I did just download, because I saw a friend of the network, Aaron Harvey, was on one of his constitutionals and saw that he was listening to the new Discovery audiobook, and I thought I'd pre-ordered it, and I apparently hadn't.
No, Fear. What is it called?
Fear Itself. I'm just checking. So this is the third one. I've actually re-listened to the first one again just this last week, because it was a good one. I liked that one a little better than the second one. I mean, they're all good, but that's the one with Spock and Burnham, and they're the judge, and it's a nice story. So I'm really looking forward to doing Fear Itself, because I've been enjoying these books. And
is this a spoiler? I saw someone comment that there's a famous Star Trek happening in Fear Itself. Is it a spoiler?
Well, I haven't started. Okay. I haven't started Fear Itself. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't. I mean, in the second one, what was that one called?
Drastic Measures.
Drastic Measures. I think they have Kirk as a young boy in some of the stories.
Because isn't that Kodos the Executioner, or am I making that up?
That's the No, you're right. That's the Kodos the Executioner.
Which is, by the way, very similar to Thanos. I'm just throwing that out there.
It's actually very similar to Thanos in that regard. But that one obviously focuses on Lorca. So this one obviously is meant to focus on Saru, but I don't know when exactly is it set. I mean, I'm sure it's still before the Battle of the Binary Stars.
Book? Or...
Oh, gee. Oh, Phillip. Man.
Oh. That was in poor taste.
I see that it's I see that it's a mirror episode, so yes, that would be... the mirror Gordon Ramsay's is really nice and polite.
That makes sense.
That's how you...
So it's more of a kitchen dreams.
It was at Feklar's kitchen.
Yes, right. Let's see.
I
had a few things. So yesterday, I went to my Star Trek fan club, Starfleet
that's right. We heard.
The Bonaventure ship, and I got a surprise promotion, which was totally unexpected. So I got my half a pip, so I'm now Lieutenant Commander. Or Commander Gilfus, really, as I usually answer the phone with.
Still don't get it. Still don't get why that's a thing. But.
Did you walk because Lieutenant Commander is like 12 syllables, it feels like.
Yeah.
It's real tough to get
But
through
why
all
don't you
that.
round down to lieutenant, Daniel? Why doesn't
You never round down.
You always
You never
round
down.
That's right. So I'm now eligible to be a department head or a first officer, maybe, of a nice Intrepid class starship, maybe. I don't know.
Did you
Killed.
walk any planks or?
Well, it was removed, so I couldn't. So, yeah. But we had a nice little thing.
Hey, you said it was unexpected, so did your XO call you into like his ready room, aka the table over by the bleachers, and then you were unsure if it was time for a dressing down?
That's right. Or I sat down and I'm like, "Ow, what was that?" And it's like, "Oh, there's a pip there." And then someone's like,
Nice.
"When am I going to get one of those?" And they're like, "Shut up, Benson."
What's nice is if you ever decide to dramatically resign, you have 50% more pips to remove and place on the counter in front of you.
That is true.
Yes. Very cool. Yeah, so I had
And
to
then
push-
put your badge next to it, and then
Yeah, I instantly added pips when I got home to my two uniforms, my Voyager and TNG era ones. I'm also reading, I know listeners can't see this, and I'll hold this up for people who can't see this, reading Star Trek III, The Search of Spock short stories. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, didn't Star Trek II and Star Trek III happen, like, within seconds of each other? You may think that, but apparently there were several stories that happened in between those. And so the first one, apparently there was an away mission that Admiral Kirk went on their way to Earth, apparently. And then the second story was once they get home, Commander Uhura goes on a little away team of her own. And
When was this published?
Well, that kind of makes sense, though, because in Star Trek 3, when they steal the Enterprise, like, Uhura's off manning
1984.
this,
Oh,
this,
so actually time appropriate. Okay.
Yes,
Interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Because, I would always wondered, like, how did she end up working the closet transporter,
She just wanted to get away from it all, Darren.
This is fantasy. I'll have Mr. Adventure eating out of my hand in no time.
That's right. So yeah, that's a little Star Trek stuff other than listening to Star Trek music. And then I was also doing some tidying up on my bookshelf and expanding my Babylon 5 area, which then meant sort of reshuffling my Deep Space Nine figures to another shelf. So, and then this is a weird...
Wow. So you just demoted your DS9 figures due to Babylon 5. Is the controversy back alive, Philip?
It's always alive.
It's got to be one or the other. You must choose. What would Ivanova say?
What I made room for, so this is going to be very controversial, I'll go ahead and do it. So when I was overseas in Iraq, doing Iraq-type things, I bought several Star Trek seasons from the local shops, which were, maybe not the most legitimate. But anyway, so now I have all these seasons of Voyager.
Star Adventure in Deep Space, numeral 9.
Yeah, so of Enterprise and Voyager and Deep Space Nine and Voyager that, like, obviously I don't want to sell because A, it's probably illegal, but 2, whatever. I'm giving them away. It's all digital now. I don't know how to get rid of them because I don't want to just dump them. So anyway, if anyone wants some, Japanese writing Star Trek seasons, I have them available for you. Just let me know. I'll ship them off to you. But anyway, well, what we're going to be talking about today is it's going to be kind of open forum. I'm not going to really put a lot of rules that I usually put on here, and we may hit everything or we may not. But we're going to talk about spinoffs. Now, every Star Trek series beyond the first one are basically spinoffs of Star Trek. Obviously, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, and Discovery. Now, they're all just spinoffs of the concept of the franchise. But what we're going to be
Do you consider the animated series a spinoff, or is that more of a continuation?
A continuation, I would say. Yeah.
Interesting.
Almost like Star Trek was continuing, but
That'd be
not
Star Trek
what
continues.
you think.
But yes. But anyway, we're going to be talking about if just to play the game here, if we could create spin-offs from each series, what would they be? And either this is one of those things that either will be done in 30 minutes or we'll go 5 hours. And so if we don't hit every series, that's fine. We can always save it for a part 2. So you know what? I'm not even going to go in order like I normally would. I know. So
Are you Mirror Phillip?
exactly. So
Bootleg DVDs?
I know.
Choosing Babylon 5 over Deep Space Nine? It's strike 2, Philip. Strike 2.
So I thought we'd just start with the one we know best. Star Trek The Next Generation. Now, this is the only rule I will put down. You can't use the captain.
Changing from no rules to rules.
Oh man, he is a maverick at this point.
Yeah, I know.
What is going
So
on?
you can't. There's no going to be Jean-Luc and company and friends spinoff. But anything else.
So no after MASH. Basically, we're after mashing it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you do it.
We got to keep this franchise going, Bob. How are we gonna do that? I don't know. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah. So from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and this is you can use any of your main characters, any mashup. I mean, I think a Star Trek Titan might be an obvious one there, but and you can go obvious if you want, or maybe some secondary, tertiary character. Barclay and Friends, maybe you want. So anyway, but
they're all imaginary.
But maybe it's a kids show, maybe it's a serious show, maybe it's a darker, like kind of Buffy Angel kind of thing where it goes a little darker. Whatever you want. The sky's the limit. As a certain
I'm gonna pitch something. It's a little out there.
Okay.
It's actually way out there.
It's a galaxy far, far away because I'm not listening to that, Darren.
No. So I need you each to give me one character from
Mad Libs.
No. Well, yeah, sure.
Mr. Wolf.
It'd be funnier. Okay, Mr. Worf. Oh, it's already funny. Okay. And what about you, Philip?
Any character? I will go with Wesley Crusher.
Oh, it's the best. Okay, so due to wanting to fully utilize the Paramount Studios backlot, my story is entirely set in the holodeck. So Worf and Wesley, it even has alliteration, are trapped inside holodeck 4 for the entire run of this series. They are trying to escape back to the real world while Barclay is trying to fix things from the outside. Nice. So it's basically, think Quantum Leap.
I was thinking that, Quantum Leap.
Yeah, it's very Quantum Leap-ish. Think Quantum Leap, but in the holodeck.
They have to fix this program, not knowing whether the next program will be the one
Unfortunately, after 3 episodes, it didn't get picked up. So it got canceled, and we'll never know if Worf and Wesley ever make it back to the real world.
Much like Quantum Leap.
Yes, very much so. A good Star Trek tie-in there with Scott Bakula.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be. I mean, I'm not thinking this is a good idea at all.
Well,
but
that's why it got canceled. It sounds like.
But yeah, it would be interesting. Just the whole.
What do people like? Klingons, children. Let's do it.
Yeah. What's that? He's a popular character, right? We could totally put Wesley in this. And then, so they basically, they know it's real, but all the characters they interact with don't. And safeties are off, folks. So there's actually a degree of danger.
I think that's the name of the series.
Some mud bath.
Safeties are
a degree of danger. Safeties are off.
Yep.
And then so they have.
I'm almost imagining like an A-Team beginning, which would be another Star Trek time with Reginald Barclay.
Yeah.
But anyway, like safeties are off. It's all these explosions happening.
And then it's like intercut with Wesley going, "But what does it mean, Worf? What does it mean? I don't know, but we must push on." And they gotta like. Why does someone have a holodeck program of scaling Mount Everest? I don't know, but we must push on. We get some bad canned phrase. And it basically feels like the 80s. Like, Star Trek Next Generation did a pretty good job of not feeling like the 80s.
Beyond the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, but this is going to be like, it's going to date itself.
I said 18.
Really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Daniel? What Dukes of Hazzard type spinoff do you have for Star Trek The Next Generation?
Oh, see, I wasn't going in that direction. Well, first I thought, of course, of the Titan. And then I'm like, well, I can't do that because that's super easy and obvious. Mm-hmm. Then I thought...
Not unless it's a sitcom.
Then I thought, who's my favorite character?
Or everybody loves Riker.
Who's my favorite character that I don't get to see enough of?
Data.
Nope. And I thought, Ro. But then I'm like, we're going to have to deal with all the stupid Bajoran stuff, and that's the least interesting part of her character.
Just spin it off before she...
Nope, doesn't matter, because I picked a better... I found a better one.
In the pilot, she's like, wait, this came off my nose. I'm not Bajoran at all.
It just falls off. No, but I came up with a better one, and this is way better. Okay. I want an Ardra show where we follow her, and she has to try to maintain her cover. She's a con man. And she's just trying to go across the galaxy.
Fully utilizing the Paramount Studio backlot.
And we get to learn, we'll
Ardra in charge.
Yeah, there you go. We'll come to see her as a lovable rogue type character. Like, she does take advantage of people, but it's because...
But she has a heart of gold.
It's a heart of gold sort of
At
thing.
the end, it's always her like running away with the bag of like comedy like cash, and it's just like, oh, Ardra.
And it's like, Ardra, didn't you forget that cash? She's like, drops it down and then winks and it freezes. Dun dun. Produced by Rick
Berman.
Berman.
Freeze frame. Yeah. Well, and then you have like the little kid from the village, like, Miss Ardra, please return our money, or something like that.
Yeah, I like it.
What's yours, Philip?
What's mine? Oh, okay. Well, I think with Star Trek: The Next Generation, there's a lot to choose from, obviously, and I'm trying to think what kind of sort of a family, spinoff we can have. I know someone had joked earlier about the O'Briens, but we have that already with Deep Space Nine. So, unfortunately, there isn't a lot of family. So maybe
again, it's weird to call Deep Space Nine the O'Brien family show because that is not at all what it is. But
so here's what it is. Maybe
we need more teaching religion in schools episodes.
So what if we went with a medical drama, kind of a Chicago Hope, with the Ogawas?
Oh,
so basically Mercy Point.
There you go. So you have or China Beach, which would be a Robert Picardo connection. But anyway, so you have Alyssa Andrew, I believe her husband was, and then her new child, who's going to be a couple years older now because, they have to be babies, not going to be that interesting. And they would be doing sort of Starfleet ER. And so you'd have Dr. Crusher would guest star, occasionally, just to have that.
So it would still take place on
Ogawa
the Enterprise.
MD.
No, she'd be stationed to, like, Jupiter Station or something. So it would be sort of a precursor to DS9, but ER.
Well, Beverly Crusher disappeared for a year and then came back. So Ogawa can go somewhere and then show back up on the show.
I don't think we got Ogawa before. Like, we didn't get Ogawa until season 3, I don't think.
No, maybe Dr. Solar would guest star once or twice. And then, of course, who would then guest star? Dr. Pulaski.
Dr. Pulaski.
Oh, and then we could finally figure out what happened to her.
Yeah.
And
guys, no, that's it.
We know he's still alive. Have Bones show up.
Dr. Pulaski is the head of the hospital.
Oh,
the grouchy head of the hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you try to pull that on my floor.
This isn't the Enterprise.
You back to Ensign. This place doesn't move. Why are we firing phasers? Like, it's all the drama, but it's like a station.
And then she has to deal with like all of Dr. Pulaski's ex-husbands show up, and Nurse Ogawa has to make sure none of them meet each other in that episode. It's hilarious, guys.
What's the doctor's name on Scrubs? The old grouchy one.
Of course, now
I know who you mean. Yeah.
Anyways,
all right. Now I've named your two shows. What's the name of my show, guys?
I think Ogawa MD.
Okay, I like it.
And it's simple.
It's simple.
It's
I like it.
Unless you got something better.
No, I like it.
No, that's good.
These are all.
I'm keeping track. I'm writing these all down. These are gold. We got
I'm looking forward to the graphics for all of these.
Yep.
So,
Ardra's in charge, and Ogawa MD.
Right.
I feel like I've set us on a trajectory by mine being the first, but I'm not sorry because this is hilarious.
Well, maybe we'll change focus and themes here when we get to different shows.
Sure. So I'm going to go out of order because I'm going to disrupt everyone's thinking. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Next,
I'm literally not pre-thinking any of this.
Yep.
That's okay.
Guys, there's no stupid idea. Just whatever comes to mind. Come on.
It's a turbolift pitch. Turbolift pitch.
As long as it takes me to get to deck 8.
Oh, we're here. Sorry, it's really efficient. So you have about 3 seconds.
Wait, I actually now want to do turbolift pitch as our Star Trek Shark Tank.
Oh gosh. I think Turbolift Pitch is already the title of this episode now.
Sorry, guys. Star Trek Enterprise.
Okay.
I'm going with the full version, not the early season title of the series. So, Star Trek Enterprise. Now, for an incomplete series, right? Even if we agree that the finale happened, but you still have a lot of space. So you can either do a spinoff inside that 10-year gap, or you can go afterwards, after the signing of the charter, whatever it was. So Star Trek Enterprise. Darren went first last time, so Star Trek Enterprise.
This one is the most interesting because I have like a prequel idea.
Okay.
Like
a prequel to the prequel?
An in-between idea and then a sequel idea.
What would you call the in-betweequel?
Yeah, we could call it that. Here, let me just give you the turbo lift pitches for each of them. Then we can decide which one we like the best and go with that one. Okay?
Exactly.
So the prequel idea is actually just the original idea for Enterprise that they didn't go with, which was kind of a whole thing set on Earth before the Enterprise mission was launched. That's a really cool concept that we never got to see. Second, the in-between cool would be focusing on... This would be an Alien series set with the Andorians, because that's way more interesting than a Klingon series. And the sequel series would, of course, be what happened after the signing of the Charter. And we'd actually get to see sort of kind of the promise of Enterprise with all these different species finally coming together. The actual founding of the Federation, which is more interesting than the founding of the Charter, if that makes sense. So which one do you guys most interested in?
I think the Alien during series is interesting, just to have like an alien lead.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we could do the Andorian stuff. That's cool, right?
So now, what kind of a series? Like, compare it to a show we would know.
I don't know as many AU shows as you guys do. So I know
like, is this like Alien Nation, where it's Andorian cops on the beat and they're partnered with a human partner? So it's like an opposite of Alien Nation, except it's a human among the aliens.
By the way, that sounds... I've never seen Alien Nation, but it sounds a lot like Bright.
Except much lighter. But
yeah, way lighter. Way, like...
And much more 80s.
Like, Bright is dark.
Or 90s, I guess, actually. So.
Well, we could actually do that. We could do the spin-off series from Shran's perspective. Mm-hmm. The same episodes, but from Shran's perspective, where and then we go back to Andoria instead of staying with the Enterprise. That'd be kind of cool.
Meanwhile, back at the Andorian Hall of Justice...
Meanwhile, yeah, that'd be funny.
Wait, is this animated? Did you just pitch me an animated Andorian special?
Yeah, that would be fun. Then we wouldn't have to spend all the money on makeup and prosthetics.
So is it Shran 911?
Oh, that's good.
Well, it'd have to be Andoria. I don't know. I mean, I'm not don't want to negate any choices, but that's fine. We could do Shran 911. Though that thinks too much of Reno 911 and automatically makes it a spoof comedy.
Oh, it makes me think of Rescue 911, which is another Star Trek reference.
Which is like Brooklyn 911.
That's right.
There's too many 911 shows.
That's right. Okay. All right. That's good. So, Darren, what's your Enterprise spinoff?
Yeah, no, I was kind of also thinking like the prequel idea, like Daniel, although I kind of see why they didn't go with that, because it's like, oh, here's the mid-season finale. We're installing the warp pylon. Like if you stretch it out too much, it can get really boring, like if you're just watching them build a ship for a year. But I'm sure we could spice it up. But no, I think it would be interesting. I was thinking to do a Section 31 spin-off.
Go ahead.
If we're going to spin it off somewhere, might as well spin it off here.
Well, if it's been well established at this point that Section 31 has always been part of Starfleet, we have to accept it.
So we basically, you could have Reed. It was Reed, right? Who was
Reed was
yeah. So it's basically like Reed goes off on these missions, but he's always got to be back by like his duty shift or something, so it's not suspicious. Like nobody knows that he's gone.
I'm
like
hearing
he's
Baywatch
out.
Nights.
Sure, I don't know what that is.
Oh, Baywatch Nights. Okay, so Baywatch. You're familiar with Baywatch, I would hope.
Yes.
So Baywatch Nights is when they had a private detective agency.
This was a thing?
This is what feel free to Google while we were talking. It also
I believe you.
The second season went a little X-Files, so it was actually a supernatural stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No,
Baywatch Nights
folks.
was Baywatch without the thing that most people watched Baywatch for.
David Hasselhoff? No, he was in there.
But with the terrible acting. So
he's big in Germany, guys. So anyway.
So is Star Trek, by the way.
So I think having it be like a let me just call it Section 31, because why not?
Section 31. Okay, I like it. I like it. Now, is it
Do you really like it, Philip? Because I don't think.
No,
you
I
actually
don't.
Really
I wouldn't watch it. But anyway, but it doesn't make money. That's all they care about. That's all.
It gets.
Can I slap it on a lunchbox?
It gets through 2 seasons because the cliffhanger was so good in the first season that all the executives were like, we got to see how this pans out. Mm-hmm. And then the director was like, crap, now I got to write a good second season. And it didn't happen.
No. So, okay. I said, what kind of a show would you compare it to that we would know?
Okay, Philip, I have to just stop you real quick.
Yes.
Because I wish I had known this is the thing we were doing. Mm-hmm. I think this could be a whole other show. Is like, let's find fun shows and make them into Star Trek shows. That's a different thing.
Let's just do that. We'll just do 2 like of this types of shows.
All right,
we'll come up with more.
Well, this is my pitch. I'm running a network. I only want to know what works based on what's already making money.
Okay.
I don't like brand new ideas because they don't know that I'm going to make money. So you tell me what it's like then I know what we're doing here.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to just light a cigar while we're talking.
I'm trying to think of other shows where there's that premise of they got to get back, so that, it is where it's like they got they have like a secret.
Almost, I got to get the flask.
Exactly, and it's like this normal life, but I can't think of one.
Like,
It'd be like a spy show, right? Like a Mission Impossible or something.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, Section 31, but it's Mission Impossible. Yep. Another Star Trek callback.
If I'm allowed to change your title, Mission.
Oh, yes, you are.
Section 31.
Oh, that's cool.
How about Mission 31?
Okay.
Oh, that's cool too. Yeah.
Kind of has an old school feel to it. Mission 31.
Mission 31.
So for those who hate Section 31 like me, will not know that that's what this is about.
Yep.
So.
We'll confuse.
And we have Leonard Nimoy to cameo in something, because then you got the doubled crossover of Star Trek and Mission Impossible.
Oh, there you go. Very good. Very good.
Boom. Boom.
I like it.
Is it going to make money? I can't answer that. Oh, look, we're here at my floor. Bye.
Okay, for Star Trek Enterprise, I'm thinking Saved by the Bell, the new class. So what this is
all the junior officers?
Oh, yeah, the charter's been signed, so we're going to Starfleet Academy, but now it's all new aliens, right? It's not humans anymore, because we've opened the charter to different species. So you're
Saved by the Hail.
No, but they have to. Okay,
I like that.
Right.
But I like that. Well, there's still a Starfleet Academy, but it's been all human until now, and so this is post-Enterprise finale. So we're going to have some very familiar instructors. So we're going to have...
oh, I see it. I get it. So the Belding...
It's the new class.
Belding would be... Oh, would Archer be Belding?
Well, I think Archer would have to be... I would like for him to be there, but he's not going to be. We can't afford it.
He's going to be
he's
very often.
So he's going to be in the pilot, obviously, to be give the inspiring speech.
He's the
superintendent. He's going to be the brother of the cast.
But what it is, we're going to give the chance for these people to shine who didn't have a role in Enterprise. So we're going to have Hoshi is going to be teaching. We're going to have Travis is going to be teaching. Okay?
Okay, I like that idea.
And then maybe Reed if he's not busy after if Mission 31 hasn't been canceled already. So
this is very, very much like after MASH, where they basically all got home and then they all started up jobs, but they kept in contact, and it was like, why are we still looking at these people? But hey,
no, I like Saved by the Hail, new class.
Save it's all right.
By the way,
Saved by the Hail.
I know we're mostly joking, but the first year,
I am dead serious on my.
Well, Saved by the Hail would work if Hoshi's the lead teacher.
Wesley and Worf's got legs. I'm just saying.
No, you have to solve Wesley being a ball of light.
The first year post Federation charter signing of Starfleet Academy is actually a really fascinating idea. A really interesting idea. That would be really cool.
It'd almost be kind of a Riverdale. You could kind of be a little dark, not super dark, but kind of, because you could have quote unquote prejudices and
the prejudice has not been wiped out.
And that
yet.
would totally fit within the theme of Enterprise. Anyways, we saw that whole group and that guy.
There you go. They could come up again, sort of the splinter groups of that.
Oh,
because this
Terra
is 10
Prime?
years later.
Yeah,
but,
you could do Terra Prime stuff still.
Someone's got a Terra Prime poster in their dorm room, and everyone's like,
Well, I think they'd probably be wearing Terra Prime hats, but maybe we shouldn't go there.
Yeah, they would be wearing hats, so yes, that would make sense. We still wear. But anyway, so yeah, that's Saved by the Hail. I would say a new class, but if you don't like that, we don't have to.
It makes it even tackier, so why not?
Okay, so I'll let the juices flow for a second. So for our next one, and we're going pretty fast here, and that's fine. So let's go with Star Trek Deep Space Nine. A lot to choose from, guys. Deep amount of characters. It's like the Marvel Universe, basically. A lot of deep characters to choose from. So Star Trek Deep Space Nine. You can do your primaries. You can do your secondaries. You can do your, characterizations of the third guy from the right in Quark's bar. Whatever you want. Now, of course, Star Trek Deep Space Nine is a little slightly more complicated in as much as they sort of completed their story, said where all the characters went, but that's also a lot of possibilities, right? So, Darren, what do you have for Deep Space Nine spinoff?
Okay, I got a prequel. This is going to be
is this like a young Sheldon? Because I'm waiting for it.
No, not quite that long ago. But we do know that prior to working at Deep Space Nine, that Cisco worked at Utopia Planetia. And so I want to see a prequel show that's like a mystery show on Utopia Planetia where someone is stealing our plans. So we basically have to re-equip So
would they be Bothans?
Maybe. But basically, like, like more office dynamics, kind of a show.
So is this like a procedural, like a CSI or an NCIS?
No, it's because their jobs is to make starships. The mystery part is kind of just something they've been caught up in.
So Utopia Planetia Nights.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to hijack your idea now, Darren. I'm just going to take it from you.
No, we're working. It's group. Go ahead. What you got?
Because you just said Office and Utopia Planitia.
Oh, God.
So I want to see now a mockumentary in Utopia Planitia of all these.
So you literally don't see anyone building starships.
All these schlubs.
Through the entire 10-season run.
Oh, man. That would be so awesome, actually.
I can see that. That's sort of the running joke. Like, all right. Let's go take a look at the new ship, and then there's a long explosion. You're like, oh,
and something happens, and it's like you never see them. Like they always have like these futuristic drafting boards, and there's always planes, but they never step foot on a starship,
right?
Ever. Like even when they have to go somewhere, they just beam.
Now I'm hearing the Parks and Recs theme for Utopia Planetia.
So yeah, it's basically like The Office for.
Now this is kind of hard
Utopia
because
Planetia.
now this is Sisko's dark period. So how are you going to do the lighthearted comedy?
No, but do we know that this was before the Battle of Wolf 359? Because that was only like a year, right? Before Deep Space Nine.
It wasn't. It was maybe 2 years, but it wasn't.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So Sisko. So you're going to have young Sisko. You're going to cast young Sisko and Jennifer.
And if Jennifer and maybe even Jake.
Baby Jake.
Although we did,
that could be the season 1 to 2
one rule, but I guess we can go along with it.
Oh, no captain, but technically he's a commander if you're doing a prequel. So then was not.
Oh, but I'm totally ignoring that rule at this point.
So who else are you gonna have? Is it just a Sisko base, or are we gonna see any other?
Oh, you can have
bases?
that guy, Hudson. I think Hudson.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, who
the
turned
Maquis guy.
Yeah.
No, it was it began with an E.
Ernie Hudson. Yeah. No, I think that's Ghostbusters.
No,
that's Ghostbusters.
But I know who you're talking about.
It's like Eckerson or something.
No. That's another guy. There's several people that turned Maquis.
Okay, see that you had to be way more specific.
No, this is his friend who turned Maquis. This would have been in like.
But we also get Papa Sisko.
Calvin Hudson.
Gonna
is his name.
be stopping by.
Here's a question. Are you ready for this one? Curzon Dax.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, yep, Curzon. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay. So it's The Office at Utopia Planitia, the space dock.
The space dock. Well, okay. It's not a space
or,
dock. The space yards. Space. It's not a space.
The yard.
The
yard.
Ooh,
in
I like
space.
that. The yard.
And people everywhere, and all the British people tune in thinking it's one thing, and it's definitely not that thing. But yeah, it's really lighthearted. Just like we got aliens, we got like a Ferengi designing a ship.
Now I'm imagining
gives them beef.
The when they open up the public comment period for people to submit starship designs, and you have someone doing a filibuster.
Or names. Yeah, it's like you get their version of Bodie McBoatface. Because they're trying to name something.
We've opened up the new class of ship to name designs. Yes.
Oh, and then you get you could even have because this would also be
I have a Schmidt. I don't even know how to pronounce this.
Well, but this also could technically in later seasons you could have it technically taking place at the same time as early TNG. Mm-hmm. So you could even have them finishing the Enterprise.
I'm almost having like the guy who's sort of been reassigned and demoted there, who created the Oberth class, because you cannot.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that too. That's where I was going. Where it's like we have someone who's like, "Oh, here's your fresh off the line Galaxy class starship." Actually, Bob, we gotta move you to a different ship. This is now the Enterprise, and it's going to Captain Picard. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But we have a really nice Nebula class. It's almost as good. It uses a lot of the same parts.
Also has 2 nacelles.
I'm just saying, an overpowered shuttle is the way to go. It would be the greatest tactical weapon we have. No, why? Listen.
It would lead
Look,
the
Bob,
fleet.
I know you loved the saucer, the deflector dish, and the tuna sails, so that's what I kept for you in this new design. And there's a thingy on top. I don't know what it does, but we needed to make up the square footage.
I like it. So, Daniel, you sabotaged and took that hostage, so what's your fresh idea?
The Yard SF.
Yes.
Because why not?
Oh, yeah, I like it. Starfleet, yeah. It could be in the logo. It's the Yard and then the SF on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So, I can't directly make an analogy to a popular show that I know of, but...
I'll get you there, don't worry.
Maybe you can.
I'll tell you what I want, so you go ahead and tell me what you have. I'll tell you what I want.
All right.
Finds a way.
So what I'm thinking of is like a lower decks type of thing.
Okay.
Whether you're either they're going to be the repair crew or the cleaning crew of Deep Space Nine. Somebody that works in either the top or the
Daniel,
bottom.
for someone who's trying to get away from the Bajorans.
Oh, come on now.
Everyone who works on that station.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I get what you're saying, but you could easily make it anybody.
Is it during the occupation and they're all just mining ore? It's a little dark, Daniel.
A little dark. No, I like it.
No.
So lower decks, Deep Space Nine.
Right. And I was actually thinking more of something like, if you guys are familiar with Marvel's Damage Control team.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Something that...
Was canceled.
Yeah, they were talking about making it into a show. I don't think it ever materialized, but hey.
Well, you had that other show with Alan Tudyk that was
the
Powerless
DC version?
or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it would be something like that where they have to deal... Like, their day-to-day job is to, like, fix all this stuff and clean all this stuff and make it all better, but it's like dealing with these massive, big problems from a very small...
It's like, here's a cargo ship with 80,000 tons of cargo. Better start unloading. Yeah. Like, exactly. That's their job.
Yep.
I can see it. You could have O'Brien and Kira cameos.
Yeah.
Because this would sort of be... Kira would be in charge of...
Can Rom be the lead?
Well, towards the later seasons, but in the beginning, he wasn't a part of that.
Remember, you don't have to set it in the beginning.
That's
you
true.
can spin it off at whatever time you want.
But he'd also be Grand Nagus eventually.
No, he's not Grand Nagus yet. I mean,
that'd be a very
the whole thing can
specific
take
slice.
Place within, like, season 6,
I say, just for fun, and, like, because we're just mind doing
We're all about fun here.
Let's just say you make this, it's the same 7 years. It's the exact same time period from a very different perspective.
Like a week later, so any of the events that happen on Deep Space Nine,
cleaning up all the Klingons.
Exactly. Yep.
No, I mean, you see their perspective. So, like, you have, like, home defense with the station shutting down on week 1, and then week 2, you see that exact same thing.
Every episode takes place immediately after the final scene of that corresponding Deep Space Nine episode.
An after credits or a...
Yeah, exactly.
I get what you're saying. It's a companion show.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That would be really cool, I think.
What would it be, like Delta Shift or something?
You'd call it something... Oh, well, you call it...
Like
obviously, it's called Gamma Shift. Right?
Gamma Shift. Oh, yeah.
Gamma Shift. Oh, yeah. Go Gamma Shift.
I'm trying to think. Now, that would be... We see them at home. Now, would it be and I know this is going to be an unfortunate comparison.
Kind of like a working man.
Yeah, this is going to be an unfortunate comparison, but y'all know what I mean by this. Is it going to be like a Roseanne or...
like a lower
home
class kind of...
improvement, maybe even-ish?
Yeah. Or, by the way, you can call it the Gamma Shift, or just for fun, the 26th Hour.
Ooh. I get it.
Yeah.
I like them.
Like, imagine, like, especially, not in my mind just swimming with this, but, like, the first episode is like, dude, I just transferred up to, to orbit. All of a sudden, we're, like, 3.5 light years away. What the heck is going on right now,
I live over there.
There's I just bought a house on Bajor, and now I cannot travel to it but once a week because... Yeah,
it's a big
now I'm a commuter, and they're like, there's one guy who's a commuter now. There's one guy who works up in like Upper Pylon 3, who's like way up there.
I can see it. He like the guy who was in charge now has to commute. So now like the
so
moron,
he's never around.
The morons
so it's like,
now have to be the new supervisor.
It's like IT. It's like the IT crowd.
Yes.
But,
yes.
But
yep.
But Deep Space Nine and cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, yeah, I like that. So he was in the pilot as like this big character, but then we never almost ever see him because he's always either commuting to or from the station because he just bought a really nice house on a really nice peninsula in Bajor, and he's really mad.
It was always be like, guys, what happened? Yeah, I like it. And we can kind of see maybe another side of Bajoran society that we haven't always seen, So yeah, I can open up possibilities.
You could see them in the temple.
They'd be like, who are you voting for Kai this year?
And we would get to see the party room on Deep Space Nine that we didn't get to see until Discovery. So
it was an old ore processing room that Sisko got locked in later. That's what they turned into the party room.
Mm-hmm. No, I like it.
What about you, Philip? What's your?
You guys got a lot of good ideas. I'm kind of looking at my DS9 figures that are now on a more eye-accessible shelf now.
Lower. He means lower, folks.
Well, you were talking about lower decks.
Don't try to backpedal. We know how you feel.
Well, we were doing an order of importance.
Crossover series with Babylon 5. Just say it. Just say it.
I'm trying to think. I would like to
see. What about something with Odo?
You know what I was trying to think? To continue the series is the Sisko family. Now, I know Sisko's no longer there, and that's fine. But now we have Cassidy and
Jake.
Baby Sisko.
Probably going to need a name at some point.
Right.
Okay.
So, what if she's going to move off station? Well, I don't know, but she will. I know it's hard because he could be back
to Bajor.
Yeah. Well, no, we're not doing that. So anyway, would it be on Earth? Because then they could be with Grandpa Sisko, and then you could have the 3 generations there. But I don't know if that's too.
So is it kind of like Full House, where we got to pull together as a family?
Yep.
That's
it.
Yep. So that's it.
And then you have to pull in, and this, and I'm gonna go ahead.
Jake's like, I'm gonna stay here. I was a correspondent, and then Papa Sisko's like, well, I'm moving in too, and everyone's just there now. And then you got and then like Barkley, or some other crazy person.
It could be like the Jeffersons, where Barkley is just like that guy. But anyway, it could, because the father obviously is unexpected out of the picture, and not that Cassidy couldn't do it on her own, but nevertheless,
are they living above Papa Sisko's Sisko's cafe?
Mm-hmm. I like it. I love it. 3 generations of Sisko, and Jake's writing about the going-ons that are So
I think I would just call it the Siskos.
I think so. That'd be fine.
Works for me.
All right, let's see.
Oh man, this is good.
That's good. Right. Everyone, well, you know what? We've been going a while here. I'm not even going to finish up. We haven't done Voyager, we haven't done TOS, but I think this is a good stopping point. We already have a lot of stuff to take to the network. I feel really good, guys. So Daniel, if the producers need to reach you to let you know what's been greenlit, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me at What Up Dan. That's the number 1, not the word. As in, please, I really, really need to eat. Greenlight one of my shows at least.
All right. And Darren, if they want to know what kind of a producer credit you want on this show, where can they find you?
All ampersand all the way. None of this A&D crap. But they can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram under Dr. Sci-Fi, DRSCIFI, or my website, drsci-fi.com.
And if they want to reach me as head writer, they can find me at NC Public Servant. All right, guys. Well,
look, we know you're just going to leave the season while it's in pre-production, Philip, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one.
My vision, Darren. It's not my problem.
You're just overcommitting, Philip, is what it is.
Right. I just have certain things I want to set up and then walk away from. All right. Well, let's see. So next week, what are we talking about?
We're just going to stay right here in this turbolift, Philip, and not go anywhere because we still have to talk about. Okay, dibs on not breaking the leg. But no, we're going to continue this because, like we've said, we have more seasons, more series to talk about, and we're just having too much fun here on City Alpha 3.
Awesome, and you can have this, Pip. You are my officer in charge of sitcoms. All right, guys. Well, until next week and more exciting Star Trek spinoffs, I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Daniel Prue.
Stranded here in development hell on City Alpha 3.